Hi everyone, welcome back to the Y Explorer channel. Welcome to all my friends and to new people to the channel. I'm here on the eastern fringe of Hereford today. Just nice and mellow. I'm not expecting anything too much. I'm going to walk the perimeter of this meadow. It's a large alluvial floodplain. It's called the Lug Flats. Some of you have been introduced to the Lug Flats before. I've been here once or twice, but it's absolutely resplendent today. It's just full of buttercups and a beautiful array of grasses. I've been coming down here since I was a little kid. It can feel quite remote, as if you're out the way. If you go to the furthest edges of the meadow, it can be really quiet, really peaceful, and that's what I'm hoping for today. It's a bit of peace. Going to find a place on the river. The river Lugg is over there, across the way. Going to sit down and have a cup of tea and talk about one or two things along the way. And if there's anything interesting, you know, I'll share them. Let's have a look at the buttercups and the grasses. I'm not a plant expert, but there are an array of different grasses here, and some rare plants too. You get orchids in these meadows, and people who are into their plants come from far and wide to hunt them down in these meadows. Yeah, as kids, me, Tristan Gallagher, Simon Cooper, Ashley Powell, Lee Pritchard, you know, Shane Jones and Paul Jones and loads of other people, Square, blimey, Nicola Mallender, Hayley Cleaton and lots of others, right, used to get down here, and on the other side of the road, the Ledbury Road is there. And swim all day in the Lugg. The Lugg is a tributary of the River Wye. It starts 60 odd miles, 65 mile back that way in mid Wales, on top of a hill called Pool Hill. Yeah, beautiful place to walk. On the edge of the Radnor Forest there. Paul and I walked the River Lugg, when was it, in July 2013. Fantastic walk. It was actually our first river walk of the Y Explorer series. Yeah, I've walked all the rivers now, walked them all. Brilliant. I mean, what fun. I've had some fun walking them rivers, locating the sources and then following the rivers, because the thing is about those river walks, they weren't your tourist hotspots. There were lots of barriers. You know, you had to pick your way through the countryside, as it were, sometimes over private land. You know, can be a bit edgy, feel a bit edgy, but no, not really. You know, if you keep quiet and you pass over people's land quietly and peacefully, you know, you skirt the edges of someone's land. You don't go straight across an open field, for example. You take the long way round, you break up your shape. That comes from military training, really. What is it? Sight, sound, silhouette and shape. Break it up. Invariably you don't get noticed. And there's only on one occasion have I been moved on, and Paul, and that was walking the River Froome, which in actual fact flows into the River Lugg just down here, and that's a sub tributary of the Wye, and we've walked that too from source. It's a good walk. Yeah, this farmer said to us, you know, what are you doing on my land? You know, he was really quite abrupt. potentially aggressive. Well, he was aggressive. And Paul said to him, turned to him and said, "Where do you want us, mate?" He said, that's all he said, "Where do you want us, mate?" Yeah, it was funny. Here's a clip, in fact. We'd just been, we just evaded him. We got out of the way, hopped a few fences, and he was on his quad bike trying to stalk us. And we lost him. It was good. It was a good chase. We lost him. Here's what we said at the time.
In the wilds of Herefordshire.
In the wilds of Herefordshire.
We've just been attacked by a farmer.
We have.
Not a friendly one.
No.
An unfriendly one.
No, an unfriendly one. We sorted him out though, Paul, didn't we?
I just said, "Where do you want me to go?"
That's all. Wasn't going to fight him.
No.
No.
He's probably a good bloke though.
Roaming his domain.
That's it.
That's right, we did say he's probably a good guy. You know, but undervalued in his life.
In his life somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you could hear, we were having a bit of fun. That's what's good about adventure, isn't it? Getting out, walking the paths less travelled. As they say, you never know what you're going to expect. That's a bit like Day Tripper, isn't it? Richard at the Day Tripper channel. If you check out the link below, guys, and above, he's one for encouraging people to get out there and experience the adventure that can be bestowed our life if we so wish it. So we're still skirting the outside edge of the meadow. Me and Paul always used to walk the stank. The stank is just there. See where that rotten tree is? On the other side of the brook, there's a brook at the base of the tree. Let's go and have a look at the brook, see if there's any water in it. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's got a good load of water in it. Can usually see an array of wildfowl down here. Of course, these are green corridors, aren't they? And they use them, you know. Yeah, the stank is on the other side. And we used to walk it and head towards Hampton Bishop and then Westwood and Hoffwood, which is way in the distance. There's Lugg that way. It's a lovely day. Going to be going right across the perimeter of the meadow. This is only a portion of the meadow. A very small portion of it. It's actually one of the largest alluvial floodplains in Great Britain. Alluvial meaning sedimentary, you know. The soils are made up of sedimentary deposits from the river, from the floodwaters basically. Yeah, the Lug Flats. And what we got here, I love this place, absolutely love this place. There are no mountains, you know, it's a floodplain. Backbury Hill, which is right in front of me, that's probably the highest hill around here. It's a 200-metre hill, it's nice, it's a nice hill. But yeah, these meadows, they were traditionally farms and they still are. It's what it's called, a Lammas meadow. And you've still got the marker stones right the way through the flats, right the way through. I mean, they've been farming this land like this for centuries. There's a record in the Doomsday Book going back to the 10th century which identifies this Lammas meadow as being cultivated by various different groups. And that's what a Lammas meadow is. Different groups, different concerns, people, farmers, whatever, farm strips of land. And they have their allotted spaces, do you get me? And it's been farmed like that here since the 10th century and possibly before. So a very long time. Well, I'm loving the walk so far. Got all the cow parsley, loads of it. Hawthorn bushes. In actual fact, right here, usually, haven't seen them in recent times, you have some hobbies that nest, and Paul loved these hobbies. He would come down and observe them. Yeah, they return each year, but I haven't seen them. I didn't see them last year, so I do wonder. Beautiful out here. My brother Paul loved it here. Yeah, felt his spirit back there, walking here. He's with me today, with us. Yeah, look at this. Yeah, I love this place. Yeah. Ideal habitat for your wildfowl and your water voles and such like, and your herons and your kingfishers. Alright, let's get going. We're nearing the river. I'll bring you back. I know it doesn't look like it, but we have the remnants of a swan. This is from a swan. You can see its neck there, look, and its head. Yeah, they live and die out here. I'm just listening to the skylarks. Lay down here in the grass, in the long grass. Like to lie down in the grasses, don't we? Nobody can see us. Just our space. Yeah, this is beautiful. Love it. Blue skies above me, look. Yeah, the blue skies above me. This is reminiscent of summer, isn't it? Reminds me of the tune, the Orb Fluffy Little Clouds. Yeah, cracking tune that.
What were the skies like when you were young?
They went on forever. We lived in Arizona, the skies always had little fluffy clouds.
Oh yeah, it's lovely down here. You can hear the flies buzzing around. You know warm days are afoot, don't you? Warm days are around the corner. Hey Mum, how you doing? You gonna pass? You can if you want. Yeah, you want me to get going, right? Alright, I'll get going. Yep. We'll be surrounded by roast potatoes and mushy peas, gravy before long. That's the reality, isn't it? That's the reality. Now then, that's a rather beautiful, delicate plant. I'm just wondering whether that's a rare one. Do any of you know what kind of a plant this is. Okay, let's get going. Yeah, there's quite a few of them around. I'm going to take a photograph. Let's spread a few positive seeds, eh? Got a load of punk wood here if you wanted to build a fire. I'm not building a fire today, but here it is. Good stuff. Well, I've reached my spot. I'm going to try and find somewhere to sit in that lot because it's wet. The river's quite high. Yeah, I can see it's all wet. Might have to sit here or something. Might find something to sit on. I'll take a look. Yeah, the floor is soaking wet. Sodden. The river's been up and gone back down, possibly in the night. Yeah, you can see the wet marks at the bottom of the trees there. Alright, so I'm going to find somewhere else. In the long grass. I wanted shade though. I wanted some shade. Oh, there might be a nice little spot. Yeah, here we are, look. Yeah, nice little seat. Ha, right next to me. Brilliant. I can sit down there. Ah, this is heaven. This is heaven here. Nice bit of shade. It's a beautiful shade of green. The light is just, sunlight is just making its way through the canopy. I'm just listening to the bees and the flies and the birds. And I'm feeling the river just gently flow by. I can feel it from here. It's very soothing, isn't it? Yeah, just checking out all the green foliage here. Allowing it to touch me. It's beautiful. If any of you have seen the film Legend, you know, with Tom Cruise in it. This is the paradise. With all your fairies in it. That's what it feels like to me at the moment. But we all know that life isn't like that. Well, I feel like leaving it here. There's a walk back. I'm going across the meadows. I've enjoyed the meadows. I hope you've enjoyed the meadows today. That was a really nice walk. I'm going to cross to the other side after my cup of tea. I'm going to sit here for another half an hour or so, just mellow out and connect. Check out the river. And make my way back home. It's a Saturday. So yeah, it's a Saturday. Another night alone, guys. All alone again. All alone again. I tell you now. It has been super lonely, my life. I mean, coronavirus, people think they've been lonely. And there have been lonely people out there. I'm one of them. I've had no family. My twin was my family. And I've been through a dispute with my surviving family. So there's been separation. And then this corona hit, and man, it's been hard. It's been hard work. You have to find your coping mechanisms. It's that or degenerate. Drink more, do more drugs, or even kill yourself. People have committed suicide during this period, and my heart goes out to them. And there are people out there today thinking to themselves, I want to end it. This is a bastard of a day. And I've been there. I've been there so many times. I've lost count the amount of times I've wanted to kill myself. I've wanted to die since Paul has died. I've wanted to go. I've wanted to check out. You know, I mean, seriously. You know, I've not flirted with the idea. These are strong, powerful energies I've had to resist. So yeah, I've been there all right. But I found coping mechanisms. And sometimes, you know what? Just 5 minutes, 10 minutes out the door helps in the night. I mean, I'll go walking at night. I will go walking at night. I'll get out the door. You stay in during those hyper lonely times in your life, in those four walls, and you can make it harder for yourself. You can make it harder for yourself. You know? It will crush you. It will crush you. And I've felt that crushing spirit. But I've gone, sod this, I'm not going to stay here and be crushed, right? So I'll put my boots on and I'll go out. I'll walk around the estate, I'll do something simple, you know. Go out for 10 minutes even, just round the block. You know, something small. Doesn't have to be big, but consistent, that's my point, guys. So if you're going through it, and I hope this reaches some people, if you're going through it, just do little things. You don't have to do big things. You know, it's not all heroics. Forget what other people are doing. You know, the big stuff, the heroic stuff, you know. The stuff that is greatly admired, forget that. Do the small stuff. Do things that are going to help you. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, well, I mean, if you go out and do a 20 miler, do a 50 miler, then all good on you. Do you know what I mean? But most people aren't in that situation. People that are depressed, most of them aren't in that space, in that headspace. So yeah, small little things, but consistently. You can go out 2-3 times in a night, you know, just keep connecting with different energies, different vibrations. But don't let that space and that feeling of abandonment, because that's what it is, that's what loneliness is, feeling of abandonment, crush you. Nothing worse than feeling abandoned, do you get me? Very few people have knocked on my door since Paul's died. They haven't wanted to know about the twin loss. They haven't wanted to know about it. It's too much for them. They can't save me. The world can't save you. It can't. It can help you for a time, and then it gets on with its own business. So yeah, my message is don't feel abandoned. Love yourself. Find a way of loving yourself. That's the only thing you've got at the end of the day. And when you go out for 10 minutes or you come down here in these beautiful spaces, that's you loving yourself. That's effectively what you're doing. You know, you're treating yourself well, aren't you? So if the world won't treat you well, treat yourself well. That's my message today. Alright, absolutely beautiful. Sunshine, birds, river. Well, if you like that message, please do like, give us a thumbs up. always helps the channel. And if you want to join in the debate, you know, please express your thoughts. I'm always up for a chat and a debate and exploring these things. That's what this channel's about. And if you're new to the channel, please do subscribe, because I talk about a lot of interesting stuff. You know, I explore interesting points of view. Alright guys, that's it. That's it. From the River Lugg and the Lug Meadows. Beautiful walk that. I'm going to take my time, as I say, have a cup of tea, and yeah, I'll be feeling very mellow at home tonight. You know, I had that crushing feeling earlier, but I got out. Alright, love to you all. See you out there again. Peace.